All right, I want to start by giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rekakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect out there. All right, I want to do a quick lesson going into this that happened to this so-called black lady. She was shot by this Edomite. She's elderly. I think she's about 61, and she was shot by this 81-year-old Edomite. Before I start the lesson, I'm going to start with this scripture right here. All right, this is 2 Esdras 15:6. It says, "For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." You see? And you're going to have a lot more wickedness done. Things like this, you know, because this earth is polluted now. Look at who's in charge. The wicked. As a matter of fact, let's get another scripture, then I'll play the video. All right, this is Job 9:24. It says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked." Who is the wicked? So-called white man, Esau, Edom. He is the wicked, also known as the son of perdition, also known as Lucifer in the Bible. The light bearers, they have the light on the left-hand side. The Lord exalted them in order to punish us. So it would seem like they are wiser than us, you see. That's that light that they have on the left-hand side. All right, it says, "He covered the faces of the judges thereof." Who did the so-called white man cover? I mean, whose faces did he cover in the Bible? If you look up and search online and see what Putin had just recently done, President Putin, he showed that the Russian president, Putin, he showed that the real Israelites, you know, the people of the Bible, the judges, you know, the prophets, that they were all so-called black people. So he covered the faces of the judges thereof. He said, if not, who is he? If it's not the so-called white man who descends from Esau, if it's not the Edomites, then who is it? All right, let's play the video. And as you're going to see, you Edomites, or these Edomites are evil. All right, let's play this video.
So a man decides, hell of a thing. So a man decides to shoot an Uber driver following someone else's prank. He has been arrested. I'm going to show you this chilling video and give you the background. Here it is. With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show. Put up. He killed this woman in cold blood, man. For NBC News, William Brock, the 81-year-old man, has been charged in the fatal shooting of Lolitha Hall, a 61-year-old Uber driver. So according to his story, he said he believed that Miss Hall was working with a scammer. According to officials who said the victim was sent to the home by the same scammer. Brock told investigators he shot Hall outside his home March 25th because he thought she was working with a man who called him pretending to be an officer at the local court. Lieutenant Christopher Schultz of the Clark County Sheriff's Office said, quote, "Mr. Brock, that is the killer, received some scam call by a person purporting to be someone from our courts who informed him a family member was incarcerated and that he had a bond of a significant amount of money. The calls turned from "I'm an officer of the court" to, quote, "We have this subject hostage. This is a ransom demand," end quote. The person who called Brock, or an accomplice, requested an Uber ride to his South Charleston home to pick up the money, Schultz said. Ms. Hall did not have any idea of any of this, he added. Schultz said when Hall arrived and approached the front door, Brock confronted her with a gun and asked her who she was working for. Brock also took her cell phone. He stole her cell phone. So when she's crying out for help, she is crying out for help. He took a cell phone, prevented her from getting into a vehicle, prevented her from driving away. That's what he did. Quote, when she tried to get away, he shot her once, and then there was more exchange between them. Schultz said Mr. Brock was at some point injured to his head, and he shot Ms. Hall a second time. There was more conversation, and then he shot her a third time. Only after he shot her a third time did he make contact with authorities to report the incident. Hall did not threaten Brock, have a weapon, or assault him, according to the sheriff's office and a complaint filed in Clark County Municipal Court. She was taken to a hospital where she died from her injuries, according to the complaint. In a statement, Uber said the company had spoken with Hall's family. The Uber spokesperson said, quote, "This is a horrific tragedy, and our hearts continue to be with Lolita's loved ones as they grieve. We have been in contact with law enforcement and remain committed to supporting their investigation."
You see? Let's go get a precept. All right, this is Zechariah 11, and let's start at verse 5. Zechariah 11 and 5, it says, "Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not," you see? And that's what they did. I mean, that's what this guy did. You see, he hold himself not guilty. He pleaded not guilty. You see, after he slew her. And I don't believe that was, a scammer. I mean, call it just, just my opinion, but I believe it's more to it. This devil's doing something. I wouldn't say a scammer. Both of them were tricked by a scammer. I don't believe that. I'll just say that. I don't believe that. All right, let's continue the video.
According to an obituary for Hall, she was a Columbus, Ohio native who was described as an incredible cook and had retired from work at the Regional Income Tax Agency. She is survived by a 33-year-old son named Mario. The Uber spokesperson said the account of the person who ordered a car to Brock's house has been banned. Officials have not identified the person who requested the Uber and have not said whether they have made any additional arrests in connection with this case. In a grand jury presentation on Monday, Brock was indicted on 3 counts of murder, 1 count of felony assault, and 1 count of kidnapping, and will be arraigned on those charges later this week. Brock was originally arraigned on a murder charge in the municipal court of Clark County on Wednesday and posted a $200,000 bond. If convicted of that charge, he could be sentenced to 15 years to life in prison or a $15,000 fine. Okay? Now, what everyone saw was cold-blooded murder. Okay? He had some things running through his head, perhaps. But what he did in that context was cold-blooded murder. He takes the cell phone. He tracks this person down as she's trying to leave. He stops her from driving away, shoots her multiple times until the job is done. What if the camera would not have been there? What do you think his narrative would have been? That he was attacked by this person? That he was assaulted by this individual? And given the context of the scam, which had nothing to do with her, without this video, guess what? He may not be charged with a crime at all. You see, I think this was more diabolical than what is presently here. the surface of it at least.
Absolutely.
Maybe he did this knowing he would likely get away with it given the other context, and did not consider the life that was in front of him to be worthy of reasonable, appropriate conversation and action. She had nothing to do with any scam. She was a 61-year-old mother and grandmother who cooks food and drives Uber. Wise thoughts.
And as you can see, it has to be more to it. And that's this devil for you. All right, I just want to do a quick lesson there. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, B'Hashem Rikakwadash. All right, Shalom.